Today, I'm real excited. I have Michael Granston, one of my top agents in my company. And Michael specializes in downtown Sarasota, the islands, beachfront. And Michael, I want to give you the floor here and talk a little bit about this market. It's been very crazy lately, right?
The market is crazy, yes. It's like it used to be around 2004, 2005, all over again.
So how long have you been in the real estate business?
Oh, too long to think. 1992, so what's that, about 20... I'm too old to do the maths, you see. 1992, I started.
Very, very good. So you've seen a lot of change in our market in that time?
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest changes you've seen to the real estate business and such?
I guess it's the people who are moving here from the west coast of the States is really a big change. Everybody coming here from California, places like that. Whereas when I started, it was mainly people from New York, Canada, Chicago.
Well, that's interesting. Now, you actually live in downtown Sarasota?
I do. My wife and I moved originally in '88. We came from the UK and we lived on Longboat Key. And then 15 years ago, we decided to move to downtown Sarasota. And it's been wonderful. We really love it. What's so great about downtown, it's not just for us older folks. Nowadays, it's anybody in their 20s, 30s. There's something for everybody downtown.
It's a very vibrant market down here, isn't it?
It is indeed. It's a bit different to what it was in 1885 when these people came from Scotland, thought they were going to come somewhere that was gold on the streets, and they found absolutely nothing. They started a little fishing village, and it certainly changed from that into a vibrant city.
You're referring to downtown Sarasota or Sarasota in general?
Well, Sarasota, of course, is the place to live at the moment, I think, in the US, and downtown is the place to live in Sarasota.
Well, that's why you're kind of in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, well, we love it. And there's so much, I mean, within walking distance of Main Street downtown, you can go to 3 theaters, the Opera House, Marina, and that's besides all the bars and restaurants and everything. There's so much to do for such a relatively small city.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now, you mentioned you originally lived on Longboat Key.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, I know
the business and did most of our business way back was on Longboat Key.
Because you still have a lot of sales coming from Longboat Key, St. Armands, as well as downtown. I mean, you've got a very strong hold on that market.
Yeah, well, it's people who are mainly customers from the past or refer with some customers. Must have done a good job for them because they still come to me.
And fantastic. So where are we right now in this marketplace where we're in a destination location and everyone's moving to Sarasota? How is that affecting the market and where you're at?
Well, at the moment, downtown is a bit crazy, the market. I mean, in the last couple of weeks, I listed 2 condo properties downtown. They both sold in 2 days, both at full list price. And even at those prices, I think looking to the future, buying today is a good investment.
Interesting. And can you elaborate on that?
Well, all the new developments that are going up, and they're beautiful, but they're all in the multi-million range. There's people who want to stay under $1 million, and that's most people. It's more and more difficult to find. So I think at the moment, if you can buy a condo downtown, say in the 600,000 to 700,000 range, you can't go wrong as an investment for the future.
Just the affordability of that compared with lifestyle and such?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, most people can't afford to pay $2 or $3 million for a condo, even today. And that's so many of the new developments here.
Now, I recall that you sold a really nice unit in Sarasota downtown,
Correct, yes.
and that sold relatively pretty quick.
That did sell fairly quickly, yes. Offhand, I took about maybe 6 weeks, I think, 4 to 6 weeks.
And this market right now would probably sell in a few days, right?
If I had that same listing today, I'd sell it tomorrow, yes.
So
and at not more than I paid for it.
And you also had a very nice sale on St. Armands Circle on the water.
Yes. Yeah, that was, they were from Chicago, actually, the people who bought that. That was a nice house. Needed some work doing to it, but they're very happy. I know that the people who bought it are very happy there.
Excellent. And then you're doing a lot of sales on Longboat right now as well.
Yes, mainly older properties, investment type properties. And then, of course, downtown is where I've done a lot.
As well. Well, obviously you've got a good hold on downtown. I assume you have a pocket listings and pocket buyers. Is that correct?
Yes. I want to get them out of my pocket at the moment and sell them immediately. Yeah, I've got 2 or 3 in the I hope will be listed soon, but they can't make up their minds when they want to move.
And then, of course, you have people that are looking for have certain desires in downtown. Have you found it's hard to find property right now?
That is correct. I have a habit, maybe call it a lazy habit if you want, but I have a habit of going every morning for coffee with Tiffany in my little Bichon.
Yeah.
And it's amazing the visitors you start to talk to, and then, of course, they want to look for property. At the moment, it is so difficult to find property downtown in the price that they want to spend.
Very, very good. Well, she's certainly an asset. I mean, we need to make sure she gets her real estate license.
Unfortunately, she's now turned 15 and she's gone deaf. So it's going to be a bit difficult for her to show property.
But she's certainly an asset to you to bring
She is certainly an asset to me. She's an asset for people who might be looking at property. And if I was a few years younger and not married, she'd be an asset for young girls to come and talk to me.
That's fantastic. So obviously you know the dog-friendly properties in downtown Sarasota as well.
Yes, yeah.
Is that an important request when people are looking to buy property down here?
Well, as an example, at 1350 Main, I would say 80% of the buyers buy there because they can bring their dogs.
Interesting.
The first thing a lot of people say, is it dog friendly?
That's really interesting. So there's a big niche for people that have pets that want to be downtown. And you know that probably better than anyone I can imagine.
And of course, a lot of condos have strict regulations with dogs. Others are much more liberal. So that makes a big difference because, as you know, so you have a dog, it's part of the family.
Right, of course. It is part of the family. And how, tell us about that building. Now, that's where you live right now.
1350 Main, yes.
1350 Main.
Yeah.
It's very dog-friendly.
Dog-friendly building, great amenities, and without doubt, in my opinion, the best location in downtown.
Yeah, fantastic.
I remember the days in 2005 when the developer first announced this building. On a Monday morning, all the realtors stood in line at the Hyatt Hotel with their clients waiting to sign for the new property. And they limited it to 3 buyers per client, per realtor. And that's it, sold out in about 40 minutes, the entire property. And then it was completed in 2007.
Well, that's really interesting. Were you there at the ground floor of that?
Yes, yeah. We moved in, I think it was June 2007, so about 14 years ago.
So you're the original owner in there as well.
One of the original residents, yes. Yeah.
And then obviously you know the other residents in there, and you've got a good feel for that building.
Yeah, and there are a number like me who have been there from day one.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Now, I mean, obviously you have a lot of sales in that building, but you're selling other properties downtown as well.
Sure, yeah. 5 Points Plaza, whatever you want to call it. Some people call it Buchanan Plaza. Bay Plaza, as you mentioned, Sagavan to Saga. Yeah.
And so obviously you've got a good perspective on the buildings. How do you feel about some of the newer buildings coming out downtown?
Some of them are looking quite beautiful. One or two of them not so good, but you know, and there's a lot more to come. Well,
the prices have just shot so high, and it doesn't seem like that's a problem to the market.
No, people are paying it. They want to come. Everybody wants to live in Sarasota.
So you mentioned a lot of Californians and the people from out west are coming to our area, which wasn't as typical, years back. But where would you say most of the people are coming from at this point to Sarasota? Where's the money coming from?
Well, it's easy to say from all around, but if you want to be more specific, as you mentioned, California, a few lately I had inquiries from Texas, and then again the old hunting grounds. Now, where they're not coming from anymore, Canada and Europe. United Kingdom there's nobody coming from the United Kingdom at the moment.
Well, that's really interesting because that actually was a big market share for us at one point, right?
Yeah, well, it was for me personally. I had a lot of clients in the United Kingdom. But they're, in fact, the only ones I got at the moment have been selling rather than buying.
So most of this transplanted wealth that's coming into our area is within the United States at this point.
It's from within the U.S., yeah.
And historically, that was a different equation.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, obviously, having that kind of experience, knowing this market, you're a great resource for downtown.
Well, only because I associate with Realty One.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take any kudos that I can get with that. But I mean, obviously,
a great agency, and it's amazing the people now who have heard of us and have had great experience with some of our agents.
Is you know a lot of people, so you actually know of properties coming on the market right now that are not on the market. And if buyers were to come to you, I mean, there's possibilities that you can make some matches here that might not happen.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah.
That's great insight. Well, you're a wealth of information. Is there anything I haven't covered in our time here?
I won't tell you. It's a secret.
Okay. Well, great. Well, I like I said, I really value the time that you gave me today, and just knowing that you're a resource for downtown Sarasota. I'm going to put your contact information below in this video. And Michael's one of our top agents. He's a great agent. And with that, Michael, I'm going to sign out unless there's anything else.
Okay. No, great talking to you, Troy.
All right, Michael. You have a wonderful day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.